Here's everything I've been able to find out so far about the 8 teams getting the new rivalry alternate uniforms coming this fall. So the NFL announced in April the first batch for these rivalry uniforms will be these 2 divisions. If you already follow me, then you know some of the intel I've already shared. Since Nike's kept a really tight lid on this, there hasn't been much more info outside of that. I just wanted to update y'all since July we'll have those 9 other teams from my last video getting separate new uniforms. But when in the fall will these come? I can't imagine they're held too late, so I'm guessing the first week of September before the season opener. The first team, Miami, I did break the news in April about them looking into a black uniform. Then I got some more interesting details over the course of time as seen here. Pause to read it all. And yeah, that does rule out a Miami Vice jersey, at least this offseason. I also reported that we should expect a new, unique design for most of these teams since they'll be the NFL's version of the NBA and MLB's mostly bad city uniforms. But Seattle, I was specifically told, was really looking into some weird stuff. I'm not saying it'll look like this concept from the graphic god, but they did look into chrome and gradient. They checked in with manufacturers and design teams about these features. Will those actually be included in the uniform? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. This one's relatively new. Pro-Line mock-ups reported the Cardinals will be infusing sand and red into their new rivalry uniform and could resemble this. Arizona is one of the few teams I haven't heard anything about, though I would say this report is credible. Elsewhere in the division, my hunch still is the Niners keep it simple and more reflect their brand kit changes. This old concept is actually the first one I've used in this post. I think could be a realistic expectation, especially for the helmets. The Patriots are funny because they have had the most public info, or at least public rumors, since multiple players have acknowledged an updated jersey, one that possibly could be a new shade of blue. For my longer investigation on that, search up Patriots in the uniform playlist in my bio for all my posts about them. For the Bills, Jets, and Rams, not a peep. But when I do hear something new or see a report from someone else, I'll talk about it here as always. And my hunch for LA still is that it'll reflect the city rather than be a throwback, unfortunately.